But hey y'all, here we are back in my bathroom. It is really not as bad as it has been. Was going through some shoes, so that's what that mess is right there. And that's just dirty clothes, y'all. And of course, a box of cereal, because what bathroom isn't complete without one? This corner is where I've been storing some stuff that I needed to take care of for Christmas. So that's not really an excuse, it's just what it is. And my jewelry box is a disaster because I was going through looking for some nose rings that I was going to give to a friend, and I don't keep anything of mine organized. There's no reason for it, I just don't. Some of these are dirty clothes, and that's what I was doing here. I needed to get a load of laundry started, so I wanted to make sure I had all the extra clothes put together because I am bad to just kind of disrobe wherever I'm at, and it stays there like a teenager. Some of this stuff I have left out on purpose because I wanted to make sure that it was in like my line of sight, and I was forced to, actually put it up. Oh, I had some stickers made for my car, y'all, that say, Appalachian Momma. My husband's got them on his, I've got them on mine, my in-laws have them on there. I was just showing those off. But like I was saying, I have been leaving some things out as a way to remind myself to actually find a home for them, because I have a bad habit of just shoving stuff in boxes and drawers so I don't have to look at it. Now, some of this is just a mess because I just didn't put it up, and that's on me. But there are a couple things in here that I have left out on purpose, because you guys can see a couple shots back, I was just shoving stuff in the drawer, which there is a little bit of organization to it as far as what goes in there, but I am not a container type of person. My stuff never goes back into containers. I always just end up throwing stuff in there. So I'm trying to work on that, not by changing that mentality, but by just having less things in a drawer. So I'm going to throw them in there, but at least this way I can see them. As y'all can tell, I'm just going through this laundry here so I can get some started. I've not been good about laundry, getting it done, folding it, putting it up. I've really been slacking lately. And there's my little JoJo being my helper. I enjoy these moments where he likes to help. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes he's a little bit too much like his mommy and wants to do it his own way and doesn't want any constructive criticism. So a couple months back, I bought these 2 planters for my front porch. Planters. And we put our shoes on them because we are all pretty good about taking our shoes off before we go in the house. The problem is they start to collect and we leave shoes in there. So about every 3 months or so, as one of my kids' daily chores, I have them go through the buckets or the planters and put everybody's shoes in front of their door or where, they can get to them so they can go through them. And that's what I was doing here because I obviously had a ton of shoes, a lot more than I realized. I know that this counter is messy, but if you have not been here for a while, it's been a lot messier. And I've gotten a little bit better, not a lot, but a little bit. And, like they say, progress, not perfection. I am terrible to just throw really, really random things up there, and I'll bring them from other rooms just to set them in here, even though they don't go in there. I put just a piece of trash on there that I could have just walked 2 steps and put in the trash can. I'm not really sure why. I brought my coffee cup from the other room, a completely empty one, and just set it on there. I don't know why I do these things. But I'm cleaning my counter with Mrs. Meyer's Acorn Spice. It is one of my favorites of hers. I don't really use theirs anymore. I don't feel like they clean as well. I know they're just more for disinfecting, but I prefer the stronger stuff. It had been a minute since I really had scrubbed this countertop, and obviously there is toothpaste all over my mirror, and we can just pretend that it's just got there that morning and it definitely hadn't been sitting on there for 2 weeks. I had for sure cleaned it before then. So I grabbed what I thought was a clean rag to clean this mirror, and unfortunately it was not, and it left a ton of streaks. You can't really see them. They were very faint, but even though I'm obviously not the cleanest person in the world when it comes to my house, windows and mirrors are something that when I do clean them, I don't like to leave streaks. So I went back over it again with a yellow, with a clean cloth. And so here we are again, back with the laundry. I think I did 3 or 4 loads this day, and I'm actually going to fold 2 of them in this video. And they are the ones that I started from, I guess, the beginning to the end, which is very, very rare. If you saw Monday's video where I cleaned my washing machine, I was thinking that all of the blue gunk that was around the top was actually laundry detergent, but it turns out that it is fabric softener, and my piece wasn't in the center like all the way. It needed to snap down, so it had been flinging fabric softener all the way around. And hopefully I fixed that so it won't like crud up as quickly. Now, granted, I still should have cleaned my washing machine much sooner than I did, but I'm glad I realized that that's what was making it worse than, or making it dirtier quicker. Normally, folding clothes would tell you that I'm like winding this video down. This is actually in the middle because the next day I did a whole bunch of other stuff. This was like right before bed. I wasn't going to fold them, but I figured I was like, I have a ton of stuff to do the next day, so I might as well, do it. Now, this is not something you will see very often where I wash, dry, fold. I didn't put them away, so we didn't completely finish the cycle, but this right here is definitely further than I normally make it. It usually sits on my laundry room floor for about a week or until we need clothes. So, yeah. So we are a family of 6. However, my older children do their own laundry, so I am only washing and, folding and taking care of my clothes, my husband's clothes, and my 5-year-olds. And my 5-year-olds are the ones I'm putting in the laundry basket. Now, my husband and I, we hang up most of our clothes, so if the ones that I'm laying off into the corner that I'm not really doing much with, they're all going to be hung up. I haven't filmed an outro in a while, so if you guys want to stay tuned towards the end of the video, I guess it's a big announcement for the channel, just some changes and some things that are happening. But yeah, if y'all want to stick around for that, or if you just want to skip to the end. I don't know what I was just doing there. It looked like I licked my fingers, and I really hope that's not what I did because I don't remember doing it. But we're just gonna, address the elephant in the room that I'm not sure what that was. So this is the following day, and little Jojo and I are making my bed. That is one of his favorite things to do. I think it is so cute. Like, he'll make my bed when I go to work, and I will come home and he is just like tickled about it. He's getting a lot better. Not right here though. He just wanted to roll all over the bed. He is like Linus from what is it? Charlie Brown. He carries around that pillowcase that y'all see right there, and he will suck his thumb. Like, we're really trying hard to break him of the thumb sucking. I don't know how to do it, but he loves that pillowcase, and it is like falling apart. He's got two of them, but he can tell you the difference between them. And now he'll carry it with his pillow. He'll carry the case. He'll either one of them, but he's got to have it. Which is funny. I don't think any of my other kids ever really had something like that. Like, they had favorite toys and stuff, but yeah, he carries that around like a security blanket. Again, I had piled this chair up with stuff, so I was just like, decluttering it. I don't really even sit in it that much anymore, but it is like my absolute favorite chair. But the problem is, like, it's old and it's leather, and I don't want to wear it out, so it just kind of sits here like a useless antique. So, or I guess it's a junk holder. These towels just need to put away, and these little bits of pieces and stuff needed to find their homes. So I don't know what this says about me, but like, if you notice, the camera almost looks like it's in a dream like stage with the like cloudy fuzziness around the corner. And I realized what the problem was. I keep my house so cold that when I wash my dishes sometimes, I think it actually like steams up the camera. Now I keep my heat at 65, which I know is a little cool, but if y'all don't know, I live in a double wide and it's 2,500 square feet. So it takes a lot to heat up this house, and it doesn't take but a couple cold days to really put our electric bill through the roof. So that's my solution, is bundle up, because where we live, it's not too terribly cold, unfortunately, which I do love the cold, but that's a whole nother issue. That is what's going on with my camera, that when I start turning the hot water on, and as close as the screen is to the to the steam, it's kind of fogging up around it. So what's going on here is I am just rinsing out and loading up the dishwasher. This is normally a chore my kids do, but I was off this day and I was up really early, so I wanted to go ahead and, just get it out of the way. I have several coffee cups that have to be washed by hand, and some of my other stuff, if it won't fit in there, I'll usually pull out and wash, which is usually the plastic pieces. I normally don't like to put plastic in the dishwasher, but my desire to do dishes is less than my desire to not wash plastic, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I worded that correctly. So anyway, that's just what's going on here, is just loading them up and washing the other ones. So I noticed that this laundry room was getting kind of cluttered, and that was my fault. So I decided to take some time and just clean it off. And sure enough, yeah, there's a ton of fuzzies here. And then I had something over here in the corner that looked like rust, but it was almost gunky and gluey. So I'll eventually go get some pink stuff and try to scrub it off. And it did come off, but I still have no idea what it was. I switched out rags. That's what the yellow one was. It was like a really good microfiber cloth, so it could get up the rest of the lint that was kind of floating around. And then I went back to my wet towel or damp towel to try and scrub off this whatever it was with the pink stuff. All right, y'all, it's been a minute since I have done an outro, and I know that I look a hot mess right now. I have got this funky eyebrow right here, and I don't know if it's where they waxed it weird last time or what. But anyway, thank goodness for a hat, right? I know, I'm pretty cold sore. I know y'all can see all this, so I'm not sure why I'm pointing it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video for starters, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch me and what I'm doing and everything else. I appreciate and I love all y'all. So if you didn't know, I have worked at a grocery store for the past 6 months. I had not been back to work in about 9 years, so it was new to me. The main reason I did it was for my mental health. As much as that term, like, it gets thrown around and stuff, it has been awesome, and I've really enjoyed it. Now, for those of you that don't know, also, my kids are homeschooled. My 3 kids are older, and they're able to stay home and help keep with their brother. But they did really, really well the first time. And this isn't a little, like, badmouth my kids session, because they're great kids. But they're kids. So they did great at first. These last 2 months, I think they finally just realized that they're kids and I'm not home near as much, which I'm only gone a couple hours here and there. And they have really enjoyed the freedom a little too much. So my husband and I have decided that it is time for me to come home. It was not an easy decision to make. I really have enjoyed getting out of the house. I have really enjoyed, you know, my coworkers. I did not realize, I knew I loved my coworkers, but like it hit me really hard last night when we finally just decided that's what needed to happen. So yeah, after I gave my notice today, I was pretty torn up. But I know it's the right decision. It's what's best for my family. I'm gonna miss all my friends at work. I absolutely am. I'm gonna miss working. Not that being at home isn't, you know, hard, but it's been really good for me, and I've been very thankful for the opportunity, and I'll be able to go back to work someday outside of the home. I got to quit underplaying it. So with that said, what this means for my channel is I'm going to be able to put so much more energy into this and get so much more creative and take you guys along with it. So that's a big thing, you know, that's a big plus. I can go back to my three days, and I'm starting to come up with some really neat ideas. Well, at least I think they are, because well, we've gotten used to my paycheck. You know, it made things a little bit easier, and you know, and while it wasn't necessarily needed, I mean, it was to a point, but we can make it off of just one income. It's going to change things a little bit as far as budgeting and everything else goes, and I would really like to take you guys along with that. As y'all know, there's not really much I don't care to share, so I would really like to maybe start, you know, one day, my extra day that I'm going to do now, my 3rd day, make it like a Thrifty Thursday type thing, and we're going to start working on some meal planning. And I've never done couponing, really, like hardcore couponing. It's not something I'm that interested in, but I feel like I might need to. So I'm thinking about something like that. So anything you guys want to see, you let me know. I know I'm definitely gonna throw some more meal plans in there and some grocery shopping and get down to, you know, the more nitty gritty of all of it. So anyway, so that's what's gonna happen, and that will be going on after Christmas Eve is my last day. I wanted to give them ample enough notice that they could find someone else, and you know, I don't really want to leave them high and dry during the holidays. So after Christmas this year, I guess the new year, be expecting, there's going to be 3 videos. I will have a schedule change. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do or anything like that, but I would love to, hey baby, I'm going to make them nauseous if I'm rocking back and forth, so hold on. Any ideas, anything you guys want to see, I always love your input. So I'm good. Everything's good. Nothing bad has happened here at the house. There have been some things I would have preferred didn't happen, but my kids are great. They're just being kids, you know. I think most of the time when I'm disappointed that they do something bad, it's almost kind of selfish because my expectations were a little bit unrealistic, and when your kid does something typical, maybe that's just maybe that's our own ego, because you always want your kids to be better than yourself, and you always want them to be better than typical and better than normal. And you know what? Normal and typical is okay. It's really okay. It's not okay to get in trouble, but you know what? It's okay to be a kid, to do all those things. So with that said, we don't have any drama. I mean, we don't have any out of the ordinary drama, anything that needs to be worried about. I always do appreciate your prayers. And I'm sad about work, but I'm thankful that I'll get to be home more, especially with this little guy right here, now that he started homeschooling. And I'm thankful for the new perspective that I've had. Okay, shh. And I'm thankful for a lot of the new perspectives that I've had. You know, the budgeting has been something that's really helped. There's a lot of things that I don't have a desire to do anymore, like shopping. And Joe, we've talked about interrupting, and I do appreciate your support, but you gotta give me a sec, okay? So anyway, with that said, be looking for all that stuff here coming after the year. All right, well, I thank you guys. I love y'all. I hope wherever y'all are at, you are having a blessed one, and I will see you in the next one. Now, do you want to tell them?
Bye.